Welcome to the Basic Warewash Training Program, Autoclaw Services e-learning online classes. In this module, we're going to cover the introduction into warewashing. There are 10 elements to the complete warewashing operation, from the bussing of dirty ware to the final storage of the cleaned items. Only when all procedures are performed correctly and efficiently will optimum results and productivity be achieved. Let's walk through this tableware flowchart by starting with the first element, the bussing of the tableware. Bussing is the removing of dirty dishes from a table to a container or cart for transport to the dishwashing area. Sorting of the ware can begin in the bussing stage by using different bus pans for different items if practical: plates, glasses, cups, and cutlery. Careful bussing and handling of dishes greatly reduces the amount of breakage. Proper transport is carefully removing and stacking of the dishes to the washing area. Proper transport also helps to ensure reduced breakage, reduced labor, and faster dishroom handling, and should take the shortest route to the pre-scraping area. It is essential that the bulk of the food soil be removed from the dishes before they enter the dish machine. While a variety of flexible scrapers are available, there is no more efficient or speedy device than the human hand, covered in a disposable glove. Scouring pads or other abrasive items should not be used, as they will scratch ware and remove finishes. Sorting is the separation of ware by type and size into the groups in which they are stored and or dispensed. Separating could be in plates, saucers, juice glasses, beverage glasses, cups, knives, forks, etc. You get the idea. Maximum productivity will be achieved by sorting ware before racking and washing. This will facilitate pre-soaking, rapid racking, and help ensure racking is done correctly. A logical situation is to combine sorting with the hand scraping step, taking into account factors such as space requirements for stacking the sorted ware and the number of staffs needed. During the sorting, all cutlery and any stained items, such as cups, should be placed in the appropriate pre-soaking solutions if they are being used. Racking is a key step in achieving excellent results and high productivity. Racks are designed to hold a specific type and number of items. Underloading wastes machine efficiency and utilities, while overloading causes incomplete wash action, poor results, and incomplete sanitation. You must understand proper racking procedures in order to spot problems and train dishroom staff. Some of the key points to be aware of: with plates, saucers, rack on peg racks in groups of one size and type to avoid smaller plates being shielded from the spray action by larger ones, and to facilitate stacking after washing. Run the racks through conveyor machines with the plates facing into the machine, not sideways. Never nest plates or rack back to back. Cups, bowls, and glasses should be racked upside down on an open, flat-bottomed, or compartment-type rack. Do not nest bowls one over the other. Pre-soak cutlery prior to washing to loosen the tough food soils. Cutlery should be washed twice, first placed in a flat rack and placed in a dish machine. Next, rack the cutlery in cylinders or in baskets with the eating end facing up. Mix knives, forks, and spoons in the baskets to avoid nesting and incomplete contact with the wash solution. After washing, do not handle the cutlery by the eating end. Rack dishes are normally pre-rinsed using an overhead sprayer just prior to entering the dish machine. This removes any loose food soils that remain after pre-scraping and any pre-soaking solution that may have been used. Excess pre-soaked solution in the wash tank is the common cause of foaming that reduces wash action. The more soil that can be removed from the ware prior to entering the dish machine, better the results and more cost efficient will be the operation. After all the preparatory steps are complete, the racks are run through the dish machine, which should be in good working order. To achieve high quality results, the proper operating temperatures, along with the correct concentration of detergent, rinse additive, and sanitizing solution are key elements as part of the principles of cleaning. Some goals for unloading our dishware is to maintain sanitation. Allow adequate time for drying. Let's reduce breakage during this stage. Minimize the handling to the storage area. And let's sort for easy storage. To achieve these goals, the unloading staff should wash their hands prior to handling the clean dishes. If the same person is using as to wash the dirty dishes and to unload the clean dishes, make sure that they're following the clean hands policies. Care should be taken not to handle items on any area that contacts the customer's mouth. Facilitate drying by having sufficient exit space and by tilting the cup, bowl, and glass racks to allow trapped water to drain off. An easy method for doing this is to do an in-service with your dishwashers. When the rack comes out, lift the rack up and put it on the edge of the table. That allows air to flow all the way around, and it allows water to escape off the top of the glasses that generally can cause spots. Touch dishes only by the edges and don't touch the eating end of the cutlery. Since cutlery is washed in mixed baskets, it must be sorted after it's washed and has been dried. Clean cutlery should be dumped out of the baskets or cylinders onto a dry, washed, open flat rack or onto a clean sanitary cloth. Touching the cutlery only by the handle end, it can then be sorted and placed in the appropriate compartment of the serving dispenser or cylinders, depending on the operation of the account. While unloading, look for any articles that have not been cleaned properly and return them for soaking and rewashing. Also remove any chipped or broken ware. Establish storage methods that do not create bottlenecks. Correct storage procedures are necessary to ensure that sanitized results are maintained. Storage areas should be designed for the easy access of dishes while keeping them dry, sanitized, and out of the traffic flow. A huge advantage is creating a one-way flow that reduces labor and breakage. To achieve clean, sanitary ware, high productivity in the dish room, and to optimize the performance of the dish machine, all the steps we covered in the process must be carried out efficiently and effectively. Failing to complete each step properly can result in a combination of poor results, high cost, and wasted labor. Let's talk about the Liebig chart. Liebig stands for labor, energy costs, breakage, indirect costs, and chemical costs. In a total warewash operation cost breakdown, you can see that labor is the highest cost in a warewash operation, chemical costs actually being the least. Let's take a look at each one of these operations. In looking at the Liebig chart, here are some ways that we can help reduce our costs. Labor. In-service training, again, teaching correct procedures, is probably the best way to reduce labor costs. Operating wall charts are very important reminders to kitchen personnel and effective merchandising tools for autoclore as well. Suggestions for improved layout and proper stacking in the warewashing area can reduce labor costs. Energy cost. A shift to low temp machines can be very effective in reducing cost. Remember, energy cost is not just about the dish machine. Other ways that we can reduce costs are to avoid rewashing, inspecting all plumbing and valves for leaks, maintaining proper pressures, provide preventative maintenance services, inspect and clean the vents, wrapping pipes, insulating them, inspect and maintain curtains, and check your thermostat temperatures. Again, all these areas can help reduce energy costs for the total warewash operation. Breakage. We're back to in-service training is again the best way to reduce breakage. Three main areas to cover about breakage during an in-service. One is bussing. Improperly stacked trays and carts can cause spillage of tableware and glasses. Sorting using the decoy system. Using a set of tableware, pre-soak plans, and racks as a guide for the bussers to sort their loads in the dish room. And transporting. Properly stacked trays and carts is the first step in safe transport. Still some areas to avoid are wet floors, spilled food, and obstructions and the doorways. Again, create the one-way flow. Indirect cost. These are generally considered uncontrollable. Items here would include water softening or demineralizing systems. Proper and regular maintenance of these systems will help keep costs low. If the customer owns the dish machine, this is considered an indirect cost. These machines also need regular maintenance. When the customer leases the dish machine from Autoclore, this removes the dish machine from being an indirect cost. Maintenance and chemicals under the bundle program are now included in a direct cost. It helps the customer by setting up known budget amounts, factors that are known in their control. Chemical costs. Dispensing settings should be monitored carefully to control these costs. This is right up our alley. We not only deliver chemicals, we provide dispensing equipment, we service that equipment, we monitor the settings and results, all at no additional cost to the customer. Now that's savings. Other ways we can help in this area. Avoid rewashing. Again, go back and follow the 10 elements, the correct procedures to avoid rewashing. Ensure proper scraping procedures. Careful machine inspection. When we do our service, make sure that we go from top to bottom on the machine and make sure that everything is in working order. and basic maintenance procedures. Although Autoclaw sells warewashing chemicals and supplies, our customers are really buying clean tableware at the lowest possible cost. They are buying a service from us, our professional help in reducing their total warewashing cost. Their total benefits, savings resulting from an overall efficient operation, will far exceed the cost of any chemicals or supplies that we may sell. Again, keep in mind the Libra chart and what your customers are dealing with, and always try to find ways and suggestions for your customers to run it more effectively and efficiently. Some of the basics of a dishwashing machine. Commercial dishwashing machines, which will be referred to as dish machines, are very different from home dishwashing machines. Commercial dish machines take a very short time to complete a wash cycle, from less than a minute to 3 minutes per rack of dishes washed. In commercial dishwashers, each of these areas are equally important. The dish machine must be mechanically correct. The dish machine must be operating normally. The kitchen personnel must be properly trained to do their job. Part of our responsibility to our customers and our partners is to perform in-service training to make sure that they understand how to operate these dish machines correctly. Warewashing machines may be quite different in size, spraying arrangements, cycling, detergents, and other chemicals required, and water temperatures used. They are, however, basically very similar in operations, and you will use the same standard of troubleshooting techniques to correct issues you may encounter. Our troubleshooting techniques always goes back to the basic principles of cleaning: time, temperature, chemicals, mechanical action, and procedures. When we're looking at time, is there a sufficient amount of time to rinse and sanitize? Is the time set up correctly on the timers? Temperatures. Ideally, wash temperature should be at 140. Do we have the correct amount of detergent, rinse additive, and sanitizer going in? Again, the amount and type of soils in the machines dictates the amount of chemical or detergent needed to clean the dishware. Mechanical action is the spray action from the spray arms. Is the spray arms turning correctly? Are the spray jets clear? Do they have lemon seeds? Do they have straws in it? Again, all indicates the proper cleaning mechanisms. And then procedures. We go back to the 10 elements through the flow chart. All the areas in that flow chart can affect the overall results of what's coming out the dish machine. In the cleaning cycle, detergent solution is sprayed through the washer arms and then drops into the wash tank. The same detergent solution is then recirculated or pumped back into the spray nozzles. The wash cycle is followed by a rinse cycle. Some machines may use a pre-wash rinse before the wash cycle or a power rinse before the final rinse, but the two basic cycles are wash and rinse. Two different types of spray washing machines are the dump style machine versus conventional spray washing machines. A dump style machine dumps or flushes the entire amount of wash water on each cycle, while a conventional spray machine utilizes holding tanks and recirculating pumps to reuse the detergent solution over and over again. For all types of spray washing machines, it is essential to understand the workings or functions of the following items. The tanks, these are used for holding and recirculating wash or detergent charged water. The overflow, basically this is greasy, dirty water rises to the top of the holding tank when additional water, this is the clean rinse water, is added to the tank. The greasy and dirty water will overflow or be purged from the system. And the bypass. This is the line used to carry water from the final rinse to the wash tank area in the dish machine. And our final rinse. This always involves clean water, which is generally recirculated and reused in another part of the machine once it's finished with the final rinse. Another area that we work with in warewashing is the National Sanitation Foundation, or NSF. NSF creates the standards that all commercial dishwashing equipment must go through for testing procedures. Again, this is an example right here of what some of the standards look like. These are actually autochlor settings. In the NSF standard number 3, you can look up any of the competition, including autochlor's machines, that will actually tell you about the machine, the width, the gallons per minute, the gallons per hour, the speeds things operates, gives you all the information you need. Anytime that you run across a customer that a competition has come in that says what their machine can do or what claims ours is not doing, any of this information can be looked up by anybody by going to the NSF website and looking up that manufacturer's information. All the information that has to be covered is within the standard number 3. Another area that working in warewashing is coordinating your work with others. We work with equipment manufacturers and their dealers. We work with other service companies, especially water softening companies. We work with plumbers or electrical professionals. And we definitely need to work with health department officials and employees. Basically, we view this group as partners with who we want to make a friendly and productive relationship. People in this group tend to often provide us with leads for new and expanding businesses. Again, creating partnership with these other service professionals is a good thing. We obviously should return the favor and provide them with helpful assistance whenever we can. Let's take a look at the equipment manufacturers and their dealers. Autochlor dispensing equipment and chemical products will work with the equipment of any manufacturer. Again, there's a lot of competition in dish machines. You'll see a list up here of Hobart, CMAs, Champions, Jacksons. The list goes on. Again, we always would prefer to put our own dish machines in the customer's account, but if they own their own, again, we're happy to work with that customer. While playing favorites can be dangerous, you should not hesitate to recommend those dealers in your area who provide the best service and installation. If the customer wishes to choose a different service company in different areas, again, we shouldn't be hesitant into providing assistance with them. With service companies in areas where water conditions are troublesome and require water softening equipment, a good relationship with water softening companies tends to be very important. Our focus should be on good results and service, and referring a customer to a water softening service company where necessary should be part of that focus. Remember, partnering with other service companies that are not in direct competition with us is a good thing, but always make sure that you partner yourself with a service company that provides the same professional and reliable service that we provide to our customers. The reliability and service quality of the water softening company should be determined based on your recommendations. Plumbers and electricians. While we will normally provide some wiring and plumbing expertise in our equipment installation, it is important that a customer bring a wiring and plumbing professional to the area of installation. A lot of restaurants have their own plumbers and electricians that they use on a regular basis. Again, another area of service companies that we need to work with so that they understand how our equipment works, how they should be plumbed, and how they should be wired. It's a good idea to establish friendly relationships with these plumbers and electricians in your area. Typically, a customer will have his own preferred plumbing and electrical professional, and we should work with them as closely as possible. Again, as we just mentioned, work with them closely to make sure that they understand how our equipment works, what our electrical and plumbing requirements are. Another area is our health department official employees. These are going to be people that you're going to run across on a day-to-day basis. Do you know who the health department inspector is in your area? If you don't, make sure that you find out who it is. Introduce yourself and build a relationship. It's very important that you get to know these people and stay in regular contact in all areas that you serve. Keep them posted on all of our product offerings, especially when we have new products coming out. Any new employees of the local health department should be briefed thoroughly on our full line of equipment, dispensers, and chemical products. While some of these health department people will be inspectors who could be, let's say, a headache for our customers and us at times, we should view them as partners. We both are striving to obtain clean, sanitized tableware, laundry, and general household conditions for our customers and the public. Providing health department employees with our wall charts can be an effective way of generating new business, as they share these charts with non-buying accounts in your area. Also, supply them with test strips. Again, there are occasions that they will not be using the correct test strips to test the products. It's extremely important to build this partnership and relationship with the health department. Many of our areas, many of our branches has tremendous relationships. And when these inspectors come into our accounts and something is not operating as expected, once they see that AutoChlor is there, generally the customer doesn't get wrote up for something that's not operating correctly, because they know that once they call us, we're there within 2 hours and the problem's taken care of. That's part of building that relationship. So as we said in the beginning of this, that said on occasions these inspectors could be headaches, you also need to make them your best friends. To learn more about the ins and outs of warewashing, talk to your managers, regional manager or vice president, or contact the training center for more information.